Morning America. Breaking news as we come on the air. The brand new update, Florida and Hurricane Irma now closing in, 35 million in its path. From Florida to Tennessee, the mad rush to escape. Overnight, people sleeping on cots at airports, and thousands of Americans stuck in one of the hardest hit islands trying to evacuate as the U.S. military rescues critically injured patients. David Muir and Amy Robach are on the ground as the Category 4 storm targets the southeast.
Breaking overnight, the biggest earthquake in a century hits Mexico. Buildings collapse as the deadly 8.1 magnitude quake sparks a tsunami warning. Massive hack. More than 140 million Americans at risk of having their Social Security numbers, credit card information, and identities stolen.
And shocker on center court. The moment an up-and-coming star takes down her idol, Venus Williams. Now the All-American Showdown coming to the finals.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
We do say good morning, America. And as you can imagine, it is a very busy Friday morning. Hurricane Irma continues on the move, targeting the entire state of Florida. It is being called a worst-case scenario. Take a look at the storm, hitting Turks and Caicos overnight.
So much destruction across the Caribbean already, and it's not the only hurricane in the Atlantic Basin. There are now 3 for the first time in 7 years: Irma, Jose, and Katia.
And this morning, we're taking you inside the hurricane. We're talking to a hurricane hunter as he flies through the giant storm, and incredible footage, as you can see right there.
So here's what we know. This is the latest. Irma is a powerful Category 4 storm with winds up to 155 miles an hour. The storm is being blamed for 13 deaths so far. The eye of the storm is expected to move right over Florida. More than 1 million people there are under those mandatory evacuation orders.
So many being ordered to get out right now. World News anchor David Muir, GMA's Amy Robach in Miami this morning. Our entire team covering every angle across the storm zone. Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z starts us off with the latest on the storm's track. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning to you, George. You know, a catastrophic is still the word they use for Category 4 storms, and I want to take you to that path that everybody wants to see. So that storm is now in the southern Bahamas, but timing-wise, we're talking about Sunday 2 a.m. just before landfall, where places like Marathon and Key Largo in the Florida Keys up close to Miami will start to feel the effects. 150-mile-per-hour winds with this storm as it makes almost a direct south to north landfall in this current track. Let me take you through the next steps of this storm as it moves up. Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, you're on the right side. Hefty storm surge possibilities. Certainly very strong winds of 120 plus. 105 still as it's a Category 2 over Orlando. It moves north then from that point, and that was on Sunday night into Monday morning. By Tuesday early morning, it's in Georgia. It's close to Atlanta. Heavy rains falling with that. And finally, early Wednesday, it'll get picked up with by another disturbance close to Nashville. Most importantly this morning, the storm surge, 5 to 10 feet. That's our first issue, and that includes the Keys from Jupiter Inlet back to Bonita Beach, and then you see that hurricane watch that stretches all the way to Sarasota. That peninsula, Robin, is so thin, the winds are going to spread across much of it. I'm going to show you the winds in just moments, Robin.
All right there, Ginger, but we're going to go to Miami because Irma, as we all know, continues to move towards South Florida, expecting to see dangerous winds by tomorrow there, and the storm expected to make landfall on Sunday. World News Tonight anchor David Muir is leading our coverage on the ground all weekend, and he's here with us this morning. Good morning, David.
Robin, good morning to you. And as you heard Ginger point out, South Florida and all of Miami now bracing for a Category 4 hurricane. A direct hit, winds up to 150 miles per hour or more. And as Ginger just pointed out, the real concern here, the storm surge several feet, up to 10 feet high perhaps. And one of the most troubling things about this hurricane is that right now some of the most populated areas of South Florida and here in Miami, it's expected will be on the wrong side, the most damaging side of this hurricane. So we are watching it very closely, obviously. And overnight, 2 a.m., our phones all went off here with official hurricane warnings now in place for Miami and South Florida. Now, overnight, we're getting word of catastrophic damage coming in from Turks and Caicos. That was the real concern there as well, being on the wrong side of the hurricane churning as we wait for more images there. There's also new images coming in from the U.S. military now involved in the Caribbean. New images of U.S. Navy sailors actually helping the critically injured, bringing them to St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands for treatment. New pictures from St. Martin, just devastation as far as the eye can see. That island could be hit again. unfortunately, by Hurricane Jose, which is next in the pipeline. Hotels destroyed, an estimated 6,000 Americans actually still stuck there. I talked to the Prime Minister of Barbuda overnight, who said more than 90% of that island simply destroyed. Hotels, buildings gone. And he told me the effort there today is to simply get everyone on that island off, to evacuate the entire island before Jose hits again. For late details on Turks and Caicos and reports of calls from Americans who are there back home to their families, let's turn to ABC's James Longman. He's live with us this morning from Nassau. James, good morning.
Good morning, David. These tiny islands are dealing with one of the biggest hurricanes they've ever seen. And no matter what the preparations, this monster storm is causing huge damage. The latest to be swallowed by Irma. Overnight, Turks and Caicos devastated. A small island home to nearly 35,000 people, battered with rolling blackouts, shredded rooftops and flooded streets.
Well, we have seen nothing but worse in the last hour and a half.
165-mile-per-hour winds ravaging this hotel.
The thought of needing a life jacket is not the most comforting thing.
Tourists barricading doors, even hunkering down in bathrooms.
We made 2 bunkers. One in here. One in here.
It's only getting worse.
Using anything to keep out of danger. Colorado native Kelsey Priests broke down in tears after speaking to her family back home as Irma loomed over the island.
And then all of a sudden you're calling to say goodbye in case you don't have a chance to.
This morning, islands across the Caribbean dealing with the aftermath of the now 600-mile-wide storm. Look at the level of devastation in St. Martin. Homes leveled. These shipping containers tossed, boats slamming together like toys. In Barbuda, which has been completely decimated by Irma, volunteers evacuating stranded islanders by private yacht. We're here in the Bahamas. We're expecting landfall sometime tonight. We can feel the wind picking up here. And the thing is these islands sit very, very close to the water, so the worry is that storm surge coming in. David?
All right, you and the crew stay safe there, James. We certainly appreciate it. And back here in Florida this morning, we should point out that all public schools here in Miami have been closed straight through Monday at least. That's the word this morning, Robin. And I got to tell you, coming out to this live report for GMA this morning, before the sun even came up, we passed several lines. All you could see were the taillights of cars lining the roads here. People lined up already this morning throughout South Florida trying to get gasoline. And as you know, we've been reporting for a couple of days now about the shortage of gas. Some gas stations already running empty.
And we're going to talk about that with the governor in a little bit, David. Thank you.
That's right. You know, more than 1 million people are now facing evacuations, mandatory evacuations in Florida. There was a rush to get out overnight. You see those cots lined up at Miami International Airport. GMA's Amy Brobeck leading our coverage in Miami with more on that part of the story. Good morning, Amy.
Yeah, George, and today is the last day for residents of South Florida to flee the path of Hurricane Irma. The interstates are overcrowded, and you can see the lines here at Miami International Airport are extremely long. In fact, the last flight out of here this evening is around 7 o'clock, and after that, all operations will be halted across airports throughout South Florida. This morning, more than 1 million Florida residents heeding this warning.
If you stay, you think you're a tough guy, then you're on your own. Don't expect us to come get you.
Crowding the interstates.
Where are you going?
We're going to Jersey.
The airports.
No one really manning the desks. Pretty chaotic.
Getting out any way they can as Irma sets its eye on the Sunshine State. The Suda family from Miami is rushing to evacuate this morning to a relative's home.
Sean, 25 years ago, lost his house with Hurricane Andrew. So this is, knowing his experience is what's kind of freaked me out a little bit more about this whole experience.
They're struggling to pack up their family of 5, including a baby, a toddler, and grandma.
There's been moments of fear. It kind of comes in waves where if you stop working on being prepared, that you start thinking about what might be coming.
Shelters around the state filling up quickly.
I don't know where we're going to go.
This one at Pompano Beach High School already full. Residents taking to the beach to make their own sandbags. Are you staying put or are you evacuating?
I'm evacuating, but I need to let my place safe.
Lines getting even longer for gas as many pumps running dry. This Twitter user posting a picture of what he says is a man brandishing a gun at one of the gas lines. To replenish the gas supply, the Florida Highway Patrol escorting fuel trucks down the freeway. Florida National Guard deploying all 7,000 members, and this U.S. Navy ship loading up with supplies, positioning itself off the southern coast to provide assistance.
A lot of stress.
A lot of stress. It's very stressful. No one knew what was going on.
Cruise ships forced to abruptly reroute. Royal Caribbean offering an entire ship to employees and families to assist them in the evacuation. And even if you have an airline reservation to fly out of Miami today, I just checked the departures board. Thousands of people may be out of luck. There were already 24 delays and 30 cancellations. So officials here are telling people to prepare to find a local shelter here in the Miami area to weather out the storm. Robin?
So if they can't leave by air, I know they're also trying to leave by land. Thank you, Amy. And as you can imagine, highways are jam-packed this morning across the state of Florida. At least 9 counties are issuing full or partial mandatory evacuations. Gio Benitez is leaving the Florida Keys now and has more on the race to get out. Good morning, Gio.
Robin, good morning to you. We are evacuating live here on GMA because we are joining more than tens of thousands of people who are evacuating right now or who have evacuated already. Take a look right now at this front-facing camera. I want to show you this. These people have abandoned their cars on this bridge here because they don't want to get their cars flooded. So they just want to protect it. They want to have it elevated. Now, I want to go ahead and show you this map, because we are looking at these major highways. Only 2 of them take you from south to north. We're talking about I-95 and the Florida Turnpike. When you're talking about more than 1 million people on the road potentially asked to evacuate, that's a lot of people, that's a lot of traffic. I-75 will take you west, so that's one other road that'll take you up through the west side. So we're only talking about 3 major roads for more than 1 million people. You could expect a lot of traffic, Robin.
And Gio, I hope you have a full tank, because you know we've been talking again and again about the shortage of gas. And how about when people get stuck in traffic? It's taking them longer, and they're burning their tank of gas waiting.
That's a real concern, Robin, because about 40% of gas stations are already out of gas in South Florida. I want you to take a look at this graphic here because it takes about half a gallon to a gallon of gas per hour to sort of, in idling, to sort of run out. And when you're talking about a tank that has about 15 gallons per tank, you're talking about 20 hours of idling time. So it may sound like a lot. It's really not if you're stuck in traffic. To get out of the state of Florida, it's about 8 to 10 hours, Robin.
All right, you take care, Gio. Thanks so much.
Our senior meteorologist, Rob Marciano, he is near Miami, where they're also evacuating, as everyone down there has been told to do. Good morning to you, Rob.
Good morning, Michael. Low-lying area here, so storm surge, always a huge issue, as we say always, and what we saw in Harvey is that the wind can hurt you, but the water certainly can kill you. This is one of many marinas that is sewn into the landscape of Miami. During the height of the storm, we expect a 10-foot surge, which will get it up and over this pier and likely infiltrate this area. That's City Hall right there. It's elevated, should be okay, but over this area is Coconut Grove, and that's 20,000 people live there. So that's a lot of homes, Michael, that are going to be having to deal with some water.
And Rob, just how much of Miami are they expected to flood?
Well, as you know, Michael, you've been here. I mean, this city is just pegged up against the water. So I want to show you our inundation map. The red area shows just where the water is going to go, and that includes nearly all of Miami Beach, along the Intercoastal Waterway, the Miami River, and parts of the city, Key Biscayne, 1 to maybe in some spots over 3 feet of water. 2.7 million people live in Miami-Dade. 650,000 have been asked to evacuate for fear of this storm surge, and they are doing that this morning. Anxious times here for sure. Michael, Robin.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. And joining us now from West Palm Beach is the governor of Florida, Rick Scott. Governor Scott, thank you again for being with us this morning. And could you update us on where preparations stand now with Irma making its way closer to Florida?
It's a massive storm. It can be devastating. You know, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I love my family. I hope every parent in the state and grandparent is thinking, how do I protect my family? If you're in an evacuation zone, you've got to get out. You can't wait. The roads will get worse when it gets out. I've canceled all the schools, K-12, state colleges and universities, to open up more shelters. They're good evacuation or sheltering areas. I just want everybody to listen to their local officials, understand this can be a devastating storm. It's way bigger than Andrew. We saw the devastation of Andrew. My job is to protect everybody. I want everybody in the state to be safe.
And it does appear, Governor, that the people are listening to you and they're getting in their cars and they're having a difficult time still with the supply of gas. And I know that you have taken the extraordinary step of providing police escorts for fuel trucks, fuel tankers.
We've done a variety of things, but we're providing law enforcement escorts to get the fuel from the fuel depots to the stations as fast as we can. I've asked the White House, EPA, FEMA to waive some rules so we can get more fuel into the state, which they've done. We're doing everything we can to get the fuel out. I know there's delays on some of the roads. That has to be really frustrating for people. We're keeping everybody safe. You can track the roads yourself if you go to fl511.com, and you can find out where gas is if you go to Gas Buddy, their app. So we're not out everywhere, so we're still getting people. We want people to evacuate, and if you don't know how to get out, you can call the state. There's a state emergency hotline. You can go to floridadisaster.org. And we will figure out how to evacuate you if you can't.
What about the shelters? I know that you said you're opening more because we've heard that some of them are filling up quickly within hours, that they're at capacity.
We're going to constantly open up shelters, make sure people have the opportunity to evacuate if you're in an evacuation zone and get to a shelter. You can go to floridadisaster.org/info and find out where there's a shelter close to your house. You don't have to shelter out of the state. You can shelter closer to your house. If you follow where the shelters are, they're there because they're safer places.
Many find it so comforting, Governor, how proactive you and so many others have been. And I said the other day to you, I know you have to prepare for the worst, but we will continue to pray for the best possible outcome. Governor, thank you so much. We wish you all the best.
Thank you, Robin.
Well, you can hear the concern in his voice.
And he has been consistent, and I think it's very helpful when he says that he's a grandfather, because we've got a lot of young staffers here, and they have grandparents in Florida who are saying, we're not leaving, and so he's just trying to get the word out to them as well.
Got to be done. Yeah. Big weekend ahead. We're going to move on now to that other natural disaster breaking this morning. A major earthquake off the Pacific coast of Mexico. It hit near the Guatemalan border, triggering a tsunami alert. Extensive damage is being reported. At least 5 are dead, including 2 children. But that number is expected to rise as search crews dig through the rubble. The earthquake, a magnitude 8.1, was so powerful it shook buildings in Mexico City 650 miles away, where you see people ran into the streets and parts of the city lost power.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's get back now to Ginger with more on Hurricane Irma's winds.
You know, and up here in the Weather Center, Robin, we're all hands on deck because some of the numbers are starting to come in as far as what we can expect in the way of wind speeds. There's even projected gusts. So we stopped it Sunday, 5:30 a.m. Key Largo has a 127-mile-per-hour gust. Miami Beach, 81. Even Naples at 63. Take us into the afternoon here, Max, as you advance this, and you can see 125 Miami Beach. Miami could see 15 hours of hurricane-force winds. Naples goes to 110. Okeechobee, 121. West Palm, 112. These numbers are alarming, and it's not the only impact. You heard about storm surge. We'll also see heavy rains, 10 to even 20 inches. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, the weekend getaways, brought to you by American Assassin, rated R.
So you think you can make it through my selection process?
My guess is if you and I go hand-to-hand, you can probably figure out inside of 20 seconds whether or not I have what it takes.
What is it you think we do here?
We kill people who need to be killed.
I want RAP on the team.
On September 15th.
15 kilos of plutonium went missing.
Bad people do bad things. It's our job to stop them.
Yes, sir.
Dylan O'Brien and Michael Keaton. American Assassin, rated R.
The southern peninsula of Florida bracing for massive Hurricane Irma as a Category 5. Winds expected to top out around 160 miles per hour at the very least. And a lot of water will come pushing in from Naples through the Keys and up toward Jupiter Inlet. A storm surge of 5 to 10 feet is expected. And eventually that storm will continue tracking here. Our impacts locally Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Your weekend nice with highs in the lower to mid 70s. And that cool trend continues all of next week.
Coming up, we're going to take you right into Hurricane Irma with the brave hurricane hunters flying through it, what they're discovering about this catastrophic storm.
And the massive security breach that could be putting 143 million Americans at risk. We're going to have more on that coming up.
I want you to take it easy. Go slow.
Come on, Mom.